In the dim glow of a single flickering bulb, rain streaks down a pane of glass, blurring the world outside. Here, in this small, quiet room, a stray orange cat found more than just shelter. He found a family. A young boy with eyes as old as the cracks in the walls shares his meager meal. A small piece for him, a small piece for his new friend. The mother watches, her face etched with a weariness that only a life of struggle can carve, yet her gaze holds a gentle kindness. There isn't much to give, but what they have, they share. This little cat, with his bright orange fur, became a silent promise in their lives. He seemed to understand their silent hardship. Every night, as the city slept, he would slip out into the rain-slicked alleys. He was a tiny hunter, a scavenger on a mission. The darkness was his world, a labyrinth of shadows and secrets, but he navigated it with a purpose that burned brighter than any distant street light. He wasn't just looking for food for himself. He was looking for a way to give back, and he always returned. Before the first hint of dawn, a small offering would appear at their door. Sometimes it was a half-eaten piece of bread, other times a tiny fish discarded from the market. They were humble gifts, treasures from the trash, but to this family, they were miracles. They were signs that they weren't alone in their struggle. This small, furry creature was fighting for them in his own way. The boy would gather the offerings with a grateful smile, and his mother would look at the cat with a love that needed no words. He wasn't just a pet. He was a provider, a tiny guardian in a world that had given them so little. The rain turned to a storm one night, rattling the window frames and howling like a hungry beast. The wind screamed, and the darkness outside felt heavier, more threatening than ever before. That night, their little orange protector didn't return. Panic, cold and sharp, began to creep into the boy's heart. He called out, his small voice swallowed by the tempest. The mother held him close, her own fear a tight knot in her chest. Where was their little friend? Had the storm taken him? The night stretched on, each thunderclap a hammer blow to their fragile hope. When the storm finally quieted to a whisper, they opened the door, and there he was, lying on the wet pavement, soaked and injured, but alive. He was breathing, his small body rising and falling with effort. He had faced down a danger they would never fully understand, something that had threatened their home in the chaos of the storm. He had stood his ground, a tiny, valiant soldier, protecting his kingdom. He had kept them safe. The boy knelt, tears mixing with the rain on his cheeks, and gently scooped him up. The cat let out a weak, rumbling purr. He was home. As the sun rose the next morning, it was different. For the first time in what felt like forever, golden light poured through the window, chasing away the long-held shadows. It filled the small room with a warmth that felt like a new beginning. The cracks in the walls seemed less like scars and more like lines on a well-loved face. In the center of this golden light sat the family, together. The boy held their little hero close, his fur now dry and soft. The mother stroked his head, her smile soft and full of relief. The cat, nestled securely in their arms, blinked slowly in the sunlight. In his eyes you could see the reflection of a shared love, a bond forged in hardship and sealed with courage. The world outside was still uncertain, but inside this room, bathed in the morning glow, there was hope. A fragile, beautiful hope, as bright and as warm as the sun itself. Thank you so much for joining us on this emotional journey. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that celebrates the incredible bond between humans and animals. Your support means the world to us. See you next time